What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Black Adam with a cloak from the upcoming Black Adam movie. And so here we have the hooded Black Adam pose and out of the packaging. Before we have a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories. Black Adam only comes with the McFarlane display stand. He doesn't come with any lightning attachments, which is a little bit of a shame. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually move on to his details. And so here we have the hooded Black Adam, and I have to say that McFarlane has done a really good job with this figure, with the exception of one thing which we will have a look at. I do want to say that this is just a retooling of the original Black Adam, the one that doesn't have a hood, although the facial expression is very different, so it might just be a retooling, it might just be a new head sculpt. I haven't tried to remove the hood. I honestly don't want to, just because the hood is connected to the neck. So yeah, do be advised that if you do take the hood off, you might not like what you see underneath. So yeah. As far as the hood goes, it looks really nice. I do love it. Now, under normal lighting, the shading would actually work so much better under my harsh studio lights, though you don't get the right shading with the hood, and that is a little bit unfortunate. I wish I could show that off a little bit better. But yeah, it does look really good, and they did a fantastic job with the texturing on his hood. So let's talk about the one thing I'm not a fan of. This cape. This is a very beautiful cape. I will not lie. McFarlane has done a beautiful job sculpting it. It has a lot of nice detailing in it, as you guys can see. It has some gold paint. The trim on it looks fantastic. It actually does look tattered and torn, which is a very nice little detail. The one thing I don't like about it is that it is a very, and I mean a very thick chunk of plastic. There is so much weight back here on his cape. This really does weigh the figure down. If anything, it actually made his joint a little bit loose right here, just because of how much weight is right here. I mean, just look at how heavy that cape is. It is borderline insane. There could have been another way they could have done this, honestly, but this cape, it is just unfathomably heavy, and he does have the tendency to lean back because of how heavy this cape is, which is a little bit unfortunate. If they had done in fact, they could have just done the outer layer of the cape and then sculpted the inside, and that probably would have alleviated this. But there's so many layers that they sculpted into this cape. It does make Black Adam pretty back heavy. He's not falling down right now, but yeah. Normally this figure will fall down quite a bit just because of how heavy this cape is. Now, as far as the rest of the figure goes, it is still the same as the very first Black Adam that we had a look at from the movie. So all the same texturing that we had on that figure is here, with the hieroglyphs going throughout his costume. We do have that band right here on his left arm. One thing that is different is the gold on this figure. Now, the gold on the previous Black Adam was a little more vibrant and lively. It still had a dry brush to it, which looked really nice. This has a very, very aged gold to it, almost to the point where it's like black, which I actually think this might look better and more accurate to the movie. You can see right here, it does have like these dry brush gold pieces, especially right here on his belt. You can see it a little bit better. But yeah, I think that looks so much better than the vibrant gold. It fits the character a little bit better in my opinion, but other than that, it still looks very good. The costume, as you can see, still has all its nice texturing, which I do like that. They did a very good job sculpting Black Adam's costume here, which I find that really nice. We again have this really nice patterns here on his leg with the hieroglyphs in and out. And I want to say that there's even hieroglyphs on each of these bands, which that would be impressive if there is. It might just be a trick of the lights. It might actually be that way. Might just be random texturing, but I'm pretty sure in movie those would probably be hieroglyphs. Same thing with the knee pads, and then we go on to his boots, where you can see the very, very aged gold where it's almost black, which again, I absolutely love the way that looks. It is stunning and very, very well done. Other than the cape, I think they could have done that cape much better. It is very unfortunate that it makes Black Adam here a little back heavy. As you can see, he's starting to fall over on his back now. I have to really slam his ankles down so that he doesn't fall back. Downside of having a very thick plastic cape, the figure really doesn't stand all too well, and you can see he is starting to lean back more and more. So yeah, other than that, I think he's still a really nice figure. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Black Adam posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Black Adam posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Black Adam posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we do have the hooded Black Adam posed next to the McFarlane Toys Black Adam. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually have a closer look at Black Adam's articulation. Now this Black Adam does have the standard articulation that we saw with the original Black Adam, but they did alter the neck joint a little bit. His entire head and neck are one solid joint, so he does look up very poorly. He does look down a little bit better than the original figure, and we get very little head tilt. He does turn left and right, which is a little bit hindered because you do have the soft rubber rubbing up against the soft rubber of the cloak, which is a little bit unfortunate. So yeah, his head is going to be a little bit hindered. Now another thing that is going to be hindered are his shoulders. Now on the original figure, the butterfly joint was a little stiff. This one works a little bit better. Up and down is a little bit to be desired. Going out to the side, you can see the heaviness and the thickness of this does push the shoulder joint down all the time, so you can try pivoting it up, but this will always pivot the shoulder down, so do be aware of that. As far as going all the way around, he would be able to, but unfortunately because of the cape being so thick, that's as far as his arms go. Now the right arm does go a little bit further than the left because it is thinner right here and thicker on this side, but yeah, that's as far around as they go. Going back, yeah, you can see exactly how heavy that cape is. It is very unrealistically heavy for an action figure. He does have a bicep swivel, which works perfectly fine. Double bend here at the elbow. He does have a swivel hinge here at the wrist, and it's just a swivel hinge, so it does move in and out. A little bit stiff on mine, but it does work over time. He does have a ball joint in the torso, but as you can see, it is fairly loose because of how heavy this cape is. It's unreal. How can McFarlane make such nice capes and then turn around and give us this monstrosity? There's another way they could have done that easily, but yeah, it is a little bit unfortunate that his torso joint is loose because of how heavy that cape is. Side to side works no problem, and he does rotate. Going forward doesn't go too far. Going back about that far, rotates no problem. Legs do kick forward to about right there. They kick back out to the side very nicely. We do have a thigh swivel. Double bend here at the elbow works really good, or at the knee, working really nicely. He does have a swivel at the foot, a hinge in the ankle, forward facing pin for rocker ankle, so you can give him a true rocker ankle if you really want to. And then of course that very generous toe hinge for that McFarlane gives us. Other than that, Black Adam has some pretty good articulation. I kind of think that this figure could have been done better with a thinner cape, but yeah, it is what it is, unfortunately. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the McFarlane DC Multiverse Black Adam with the hood on, and I think this is a really nice looking figure, although he does have some issues that we gotta talk about. The cape. The cape is probably the biggest issue I have with this figure. It is just so thick and so ungodly the way it is. It makes posing this figure really difficult, because a lot of poses you think he's going to look cool in, he just tips back because of how heavy this cape is. It's a really nice looking cape, don't get me wrong. I love the detailing on it. The paintwork is phenomenal, and I do like the fact it looks very tattered. It's just very, very thick. I don't know why they made it this thick. You look at characters that, like they've done with Superman, who had a thick cape, but they were able to make it a very thin plastic plastic. I don't know why they weren't able to do it with this Black Adam. It boggles my mind that the cape is as thick as it is, and it just doesn't work for this figure. It makes posing him very difficult, and the fact that it's a very thick plastic also does prevent his arms from moving to their full potential. Now, overall, I do like the look of this figure. He has a very, very imposing look to him, but in terms of articulation and posability, he is quite limited in what you can do. The cape will weigh him down quite a bit, and his head doesn't get the best range, which is a little bit unfortunate, but with a hooded character, you really don't want them moving the head around too much because that kind of throws off the aesthetic. I also feel like this figure could have used some lightning attachments. As you can see, they look really awesome, and these lightning attachments came with the first Black Adam figure that we had a look at. Don't know why this version didn't come with lightning attachments as well. I think they both would benefit from it, and having more lightning effects never hurt a figure. So yeah, I am a little bit bummed out about how bad this cape was done, but overall I still gotta give this figure credit on how it looks. Do I think this figure is worth it? Well, it's really up to you. I honestly like the hooded look for Black Adam. The cape did throw me off, but overall I still like it. If you are looking for a Black Adam figure, I would strongly recommend going with a non-hooded version, but the hooded version is still a really nice figure on its own. Now, if you are looking for this figure, Black Adam Wave is starting to hit stores at the time I'm making this video. I have seen the Wave pop up at Walmart, Target, and other retailers like that. It did show up on Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, and Entertainment Earth, and that is where I picked up my Black Adam. I got mine from Big Bad Toy Store because Amazon didn't have this one for sale until after I had already ordered this one. So yeah, he is available on other sites now, so if you want to pick him up, definitely check him out. If you can look past the cape and how heavy it is, it's still a really impressive looking figure. So with that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other DC Multiverse videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.